Are you a longtime fan of MNL48 or maybe AKB48 or you just heard of them recently? Today in this video, we are going to be discussing MNL48 general elections and also the general elections of other AKB48 sister groups coming up. How is it, everybody? Welcome to Jesse Juice TV. In this video, we're gonna be discussing a little bit of background about the general elections and also the general elections of other AKB48 sister groups. And if you have been a fan of MNL48 for a long time now, or if you have been following AKB48 for a very long time now, then this video might be too basic for you. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Senbatsu Sosenkyo, or in English means General Elections, is the annual event in the AKB48 idol group system that determines who is going to be the Senbatsu or the selected frontline members for AKB48's upcoming singles. And since AKB48 planted various sister groups inside and outside Japan, having a general elections also applies to other sister groups to determine their own set of Senbatsu for their upcoming singles. AKB48 13th single Senbatsu Sosenkyo was AKB48's first general elections that was held in July 9 of 2009. It is an annual event wherein fans made their voices heard by voting for their favorite member or members. In Japanese idol genre, your favorite member is what you call Oshi or Oshimen, that came from the word Oshiteru member. And your most favorite member is what you call Kami Oshi, which means godly member. General elections determines the ranks of each members, and their ranks were based from the total number of votes they get from the general elections, and members are grouped based from their ranks. First is Senbatsu, which is ranks 1 to 16, next is Undergirls, which is ranks 17 to 32, and last is Next Girls, which is ranks 33 to 48. Within Senbatsu, there is also Kami 7, which literally translates as God 7, that simply means top 7 members. And of course, the number 1 in the ranks is going to be the center of the upcoming single. Normally, the Senbatsu members are the frontliners of the upcoming single's title track, and the Undergirls or the girls at rank 17 to 32 are going to be the frontliners of the coupling song of the upcoming single. As of the time of the filming of this video, based on the official website of AKB48, AKB48 have a total of 96 members, and if they have more members, then it means they have more ranks after Next Girls, and the other two ranks are Future Girls, which is ranks 49 to 64, and Upcoming Girls, which is ranks 65 to 80, and each of those units have their own songs and music videos. Those in higher ranks gets the most exposure, while those in the lower ranks gets the least exposure. To make it short, those in higher ranks are like cream of the crop, while those in the lower ranks are like side dish in the group. In general elections, fans vote for their favorite members to rank in the general elections, and voting is done by purchasing a copy of an AKB48 single, and inside the CDs includes the voting tickets for the general elections. And of course, for some dedicated super fans, they want their favorite members to rank in the general elections. That is why they buy multiple copies of the same single to vote for their favorite members for the general election multiple times. And some super fans buy hundreds if not thousands of pieces of CDs so they could use it to vote for a member that they want to rank in the general elections. To make it short, general elections is a money game, and general elections is a brilliant marketing strategy conceived by the AKB48 producer Yasushi Akimoto, also known by the fans as Aki P. And whenever there is a general election, it is expected to have a spike in the sales of AKB48 singles. In the Japanese idol culture, an idol fan is called a wota, which is also pronounced as ota. The word wota is derived from the word otaku, but it has been altered a little bit to be classified differently from its origin. Wotas are very supportive fans, and in matters of general elections, they support their favorite members in the only way they know, and that is to purchase multiple copies of the same single to get voting tickets for the general elections. Japan is most likely the last place on earth wherein physical CDs is still a huge thing, and that is because of general elections and idol culture wherein physical CDs plays a big part. In 2018, AKB48 released a single, Teacher Teacher, which was their 52nd single by the 29th of May 2018. Teacher Teacher had already gone double platinum even if it was yet to be officially released by the 30th of May 2018. Teacher Teacher reached a whopping 2,580,513 copies in pre-sales, and the reason for such a huge sale was that it was bundled with the voting tickets for the general elections at that time. But then for some people who are new to the AKB48 idol concept and have heard of the general elections for the first time, If hardcore fans buys multiple copies of the same CDs, then what are they gonna do with them afterwards? The answer to that is those CDs ended up in the trash. Since there is no benefit of keeping all of those CDs at home, what are they gonna do with it? Seeing huge numbers of CDs thrown in the trash has received a lot of negative remarks. Some say if CDs is the only thing that the fans need, then why they don't just sell the ballots without the CDs? Some say seeing all of those CDs thrown in the trash shows how worthless AKB48 CDs without the voting ballots. Some also say it's a blatant disrespect to music. While the general elections appears to be a popularity contest, it may not seem to be the most accurate way to determine a girl's popularity. There are girls who is not as popular as the other members but they manage to make it in the ranks in the general elections. But there are also popular girls who get tons of attentions and huge following in different platforms, but those people don't even bother voting for them in the general elections. If we will compare the members who appeal to bigger yet younger teenage girl fan base with members who appeal to middle-aged men in their 30s, the member who appeal to middle-aged men do better. That is because the middle-aged men has more money that they can allot for the general elections. In MNL48, the first general elections voting was done differently compared to other AKB48 sister group. Since they don't have any singles yet that fans can buy to get voting tickets, it was done by voting through the MNL48 mobile app. Then MNL48 aspirants roams around malls, parks, and barangays asking strangers to vote for them for the general elections. The first general elections was held at the noontime show It's Showtime on April 28, 2018, and the first general election center was MNL48 Shek. It was followed by their first event, MNL48 first fan meet, and the debut single was Ay Takata Gustong Makita. And then summer of 2019 came and it was time for MNL48 to again have their second general elections. It was the time that things gets real for general elections. Voting tickets are included inside the CDs of MNL48 singles, and same as AKB48 fans, MNL48 Watas buys multiple copies of the same singles to as much as they can afford to push for their favorite members. CDs either be bought online or through Lawson convenience stores. And whenever there is an MNL48 fan who buys almost all of the CDs they have on their shelves, and staff wonders why would a person buys that much CDs all at once. Some travels from one Lawson branch to another, from one city to another. But for some who would want to buy bulk quantity of CDs that Lawson branches could not accommodate, fans could purchase directly at the HHE office. As I have discussed earlier, that even if a general election may seem to be a popularity contest, but sometimes it's about who has richer fans. For instance, the second general election center MNL48 Ali, prior to the second general elections, Ali is known as a soft-spoken member and she is one of those who barely gets the attention of most fans. But there was one fan from Cebu who came out to support the Cebuana idol Ali and pledged to vote for her in the general elections and eventually made her the second general election center. Ali does not have as much fans compared to her colleagues like Abby and Sela, for instance, but it only took one rich fan to turn things around. Some fan group organizes fundraising campaign to augment their funds to vote for the general elections. But for some fans, especially those middle-aged male fans who has jobs, their funds to vote for the general elections came straight from their savings. And sometimes it's no longer mere support for their favorite members but an occasion to flex their wealth. There are some MNL48 members who happens to get huge amount of attention streams on their social media accounts, but those numbers didn't translate into votes in the general elections. That is because those people did not bother to vote. Unlike other AKB48 sister groups wherein their general elections determines who is going to be part of the senbatsu of the next single, in MNL48's second general elections, it chooses who will become the second-year member of the group. That is because unlike other AKB48 sister groups, for MNL48, there is going to be an eliminations, and that eliminations is called by the fans as Det SSK or Det Sosenkyo. If a member does not make it in the 48 ranks, then she will be eliminated and will graduate from the group. But some of the girls who were eliminated managed to make their way back in the group because Halo Halo Entertainment chooses the second-year generation trainees from the eliminated candidates. And those who were eventually reinstated were Gia, Ella, and Princess, and eventually the first generation Kenkyusei Carla. And that's all I have for you guys in this video to give you a quick overview and understanding of the general elections. If you would like to see future contents just like this one, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you stayed till the end of this video, I appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, friends.